Hello, my name is Byron Beasley. I'm here to speak with you today regarding my journey to the CISO ranks. I currently work for a very large systems integrator. We support customers in the federal civilian space, Department of Defense, as well as civilian agencies. My current role, I have varying hats. I'm a Cybersecurity Engineering manager for the inside, internal to the company. Largely, I manage the cloud security offerings that we provide to most of our customers. I perform functionality as the chief architect in that realm. I also perform functionality, as I mentioned, to some of our customers. In those roles, I have performed roles as strategic advisor, managing their entire information system security management solutions. I have functioned as a CISO, managing their move to varying other platforms, such as to the cloud, such as moving from one location to another, etc. I have also functioned as information assurance director, senior technical director for IT and the IT security realm, managing their security operations overall. Along my journey to get there, I have largely been a technologist for all of my life, or a good portion of my life. I started in the hardware arena, doing a break and fix basically. I'm sure we've all heard of that. Certified on several pieces of hardware, including HP hardware and IBM hardware. I also moved from there into the software engineering realms, certifications, industry certifications on products such that come from Microsoft, Oracle, and other software vendors. From there, I moved into network engineering, Novell and Microsoft networks, managing and monitoring and implementing those networks for our various customers to ensure that they had connectivity and that they could fulfill their jobs effectively in light of the missions. From there, I started seeing myself moving towards a Uber technologist realm. It appeared to me that if I continued down the path that I was going, that I would actually end up a technologist and I would reach a ceiling at some point in Apex. While working as a CISSP for 5-6 years, I guess, I recognized that I was kind of still in the realm of the technologist. Wasn't really moving in the direction that I wanted it to go in, but then again, it put me on a scale that was much different, maybe very, very marketable. But I was looking more towards holistically looking at organizations. I wanted to ensure that I understood from the top down what makes organizations tick. What are their business drivers? What are their cyber drivers? What are their interests from a business perspective? So I made it a point to become well-rounded. In doing so, I discovered the CISO certification, and I discovered that the CISO covers many of those realms that I was just referring to. Covers your project management. Didn't necessarily want to really do a PMP, become a real program manager, but I did want the project management and the program management acumen as a complement to the rest of my skill set. The CISO covered that. It also covered many of the technical acumens, which I didn't want to specifically leave my technological savviness or my acumen on the table. I wanted to continue to use that as well. And plus, I also wanted to understand more the connotations of the business and what actually drives the stakeholders in any business. I think the CISO certification and the training thereof prepared me well for this new dynamic. And key differences that I see between the CISSP and the CISO, I think they're both complementary. When you're in the technical realms, especially in the federal space, CISSP is pretty much where you want to be in terms of technology and in terms of understanding the business. The CISSP kind of gives you the full understanding of the security landscape. I believe the CISO gives you that program management and that strategic oversight, or the ability to begin to think in that direction. Some of the success stories that I can say, again, I mentioned a few of the roles that I fulfilled as a systems integrator on contract and internally. It positioned me very, very well to be able to provide higher level fidelity and higher level strategic thinking for all the projects that I was involved in, both internally to the organization as well as externally to those customers that we were supporting. I was able to drive top-down analysis of processes that maybe needed to be improved. In some cases, there were technologically heavy management staff that just wanted to continue to throw a technological solution at it, at whatever the problem was, as opposed to looking at it from a holistic standpoint, looking at the people, looking at the processes, looking at tools and or technologies to get it to achieve the goals that they were trying to achieve, and of course, potentially automating some of that. So a couple of things that I can say were successful were, taking a organization or two from their on-prem environment into a cloud environment, utilizing one of the big cloud providers, Google, Amazon, and Azure. And I've had the luxury of playing in many of the realms of those, more specifically AWS and Azure, and doing some multi-cloud communications. But I was able to take them there successfully by aligning the business to the actual technology that they were using, moving them there successfully, moving them there securely, I guess it would be the best way to put it, so that there would be no loss of the business. There would be, or at least the risk to the business would be minimized. I was able to successfully take them there because I had the business understanding and the cyber understanding in mind. I didn't really reap any direct benefits from becoming a CISO because I was already a CISSP and a CISM from a financial standpoint. Although I have received a few bonuses, some small, some large, and I have, received raises and, incentive boosts to my pay over the years. Rather, I think what I have really benefited from becoming a CISO and the path that I've taken in my journey that I've gone through is I've began to do two things. Number one, I got a really, really solid understanding of the cybersecurity realms, the holistic understanding of cybersecurity, understanding the IA perspectives, understanding the governance perspective, risk management and, GRC, governance, risk, and compliance. I understand the security engineering realm, and I understand the security operations realm really well. So I've been able to give back to some of the juniors that are on staff that have either began their journey towards cybersecurity or are interested in becoming a part of cybersecurity, to the tune that they would ask me, hey, how do I get in cybersecurity? I'm able to easily answer them by asking them a question. What do you like doing? What part of cybersecurity would you like to be in? And because I have a full understanding of what cybersecurity is in the different realms, I asked them, do you like the documentation? Do you like the auditing? Do you like, the governance side of things where you're kind of overseeing? Or do you like to do many projects where you're getting your hands on some tool or solution and you're actually project managing it from, a mini project management perspective? If that's the case, then you probably want security engineering. Or do you like to get down and dirty into the threat hunting and discover state actors or discover, what these exploits really look like? If that's what you like, then you probably want to be in a security operations center. To that end, I believe that, in my opinion, my path, my journey towards CISO has been an enriching one, and it has been one in which I have truly been able to give back to the community. Thank you for listening.